We're back on What's Going On. I'm your host, Colin Michael Joe, with my special guest today, Earl Best from AquaBest. We've been talking about water, and Earl, it's been very enlightening so far what you told me about water, and it's really interesting. And you know, let's talk about water and health, because I didn't realize the potential for so many. So much danger is lurking, but let's get into it. Let's hear what it's all about. A few years ago I was in a city in the U.S. and I drank the water, tap water, and as I was drinking it, I actually could almost taste the chlorine. I could tell right away that there was some strong amount of chlorine in it, and it was a turn off. And we hear a lot about chlorine, but what is chlorine? I mean, chlorine. From my understanding of chlorine, it's a form of bleach, is it not?
Well, it is bleach.
And
yes.
So how does drinking water with a lot of chlorine, how would it affect your health?
One of the problems that you have with water when you're trying to clean it up, you'll find that people are concerned about bacteria or parasites. You heard about E. coli and that sort of thing. So you know that these things are there to make water more safe or to drink. It was decided that they would use a chlorine, a chemical, chlorine. Right. Now the thing is that chlorine does a fantastic job of killing the parasites and the bacteria. No two ways about it. The problem is when you put it in, you do not take it out. Well, if I give you chlorine to drink, would you drink it?
On its own, no.
Fine. So if you dilute and says you have maybe 5 parts per million or whatever, you probably feel a bit safer. But the thing is that it's still chlorine and it's still going to do its damage. No two ways about it.
Wow. Okay? And chlorine, is it dangerous in terms of, we have a lot of hot and cold water here in Canada. Yeah. Is it more dangerous as hot water or cold water? Is there no difference?
Chlorine is always dangerous in any form, really. One of the things is when chlorine is mixed with other organic substances already present in water, it changes composition. It's not chlorine anymore. It's called trialomethanes, or THMs. You might could have seen that somewhere. Okay, and this is referred to, and that is very high concentration of contaminants that's there. That is the major problem. That's what you're trying to get rid of, because it gets into your system in the same form as it is, and it starts then to deteriorate your cells. It starts to cause problems.
So it's toxic to the body.
What it is, yes.
Wow, but it's so widespread.
Well,
it's so readily available. It's everywhere.
Well, governments really has not much of an option really. Their hands are pretty well tied. To change the format of how they process water nowadays, it costs extreme a lot. It's very, very expensive. We're talking billions of dollars.
So it's not cost effective.
So that's what it is. Hopefully that people would use the normal system of filtration and change that
and try to alter themselves. Okay. And
excuse me, before you go, you did ask me about the shower, the water in the shower.
Right.
When you get to in the shower, you do a bit more damage than you would, like if you drank a glass of water from your tap.
So it's more damaging.
It is more damaging.
Oh, really?
Mainly because you're using two factors. You're using mass, which your body is, and you're also using heat. Now, heat activates chemicals. So, with that in mind, you know that when you go in the shower, you turn the tap on, you smell that that it's really very strong.
Right.
So that means that there's more damage there than if you had a glass of water from your tap.
Really? So what could someone develop from that? Like what's the worst case scenario from a health perspective?
Well, we're talking about health and talking about breaking down of tissue. Breaking down of tissue means the tissue is not regenerating as fast as it should over a period of time. When that starts to happen, then you invite a lot of things happening to the body.
So you're setting yourself up for toxicity
exactly.
and a future ailment.
A future ailment. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, thanks for the information, Earl. Wow. So, and how is the water that you sell different?
Well, we process the water. In fact, we take the same water that you use in your tap, and we process it. We clean it up. We take out all the chemicals. We take out all the trace metals that's in it. We filter down to 5 microns, which means that your water is relatively. It's like what they term as spring water, and that will not be misunderstood for spring water as a whole, because spring water basically is just water under pressure. If the water table then, of course, is contaminated, what comes out has to be contaminated also. So this. By saying spring water doesn't mean that it's absolute, that it's clean or fresh.
Right. Depends on the spring.
Depends on the spring. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So you could actually be drinking polluted spring water.
Precisely, yeah.
Wow. Thanks again, Earl. That's very interesting. We talk about acidity, and it's linked to poor health.
Yes, it
so
is.
How do we make it more? Is it alkaline is the word?
Alkaline.
How do we bring it to a level that is beneficial to the body as against harmful to the body?
Well, first we'll start to let people understand what acidity is and what alkalinity is. Okay. Your body basically initially is designed to be alkaline. Alkaline means that you have a pH level of 7.2 to 7.4. Okay. Now, due to our eating habits and things that we do, sometimes the air we breathe and we go about, you find that a lot of acidity for the foods that you eat. For instance, you use heavy coffee drinkers, for instance. People use a lot of canned pop, a variety of different things that create additional acidity in your body. Now, alkalinity is the opposite to acidity, is a higher level. So, to get the balance from, let's say your body is acid at a measurement of 4, and you want to bring it to the measurement of 7.2, you will get an alkalinity level of 8.5 to 9, and that will create the balance. But of course, this takes time. One of the major problems in acidity is that your body is designed to help itself, to heal itself. If your intake of calcium is not high enough to reduce or neutralize the acidity in your body will take the calcium it needs from your bones.
Oh, really?
From your cells.
So in other words, it's the body's actually eating away at itself.
It'll feed on itself. It'll feed on itself.
Which is not what it should be.
Which is not what it should be. That's right, yes.
So the end result of this will be ailment, some sort of an ailment.
We can safely say that over 65–70% of all chronic illnesses today is linked towards acidity.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute, Earl. Do you realize what you're saying here? 65% of all ailments. We have literally hundreds of ailments out there. So in essence, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Here's what I'm gathering from what you're saying. We can take someone who has an ailment. And help that healing process through water.
That's right.
Really?
By changing the quality of water that they use, and to give them a proper.
It can't be that simple.
Well, it is so simple that people just don't seem to understand it.
Has there been tests on this? Is there data out there?
There's data. There's
substantiates these claims?
There's information out there relative to that. You can, in fact, the website that I have, that you can go on it. You go on that, and you'll find all kind of information or links as to areas where you can go and get this information for yourself. That's one of the major problems today. That is acidity. Wow. Acidity causes it's a breaking down of tissue. Tissue doesn't have time to repair itself over a period of time.
So by drinking properly filtrated water,
Yes.
we can reduce ailments.
That's right. That's right. You can extend life. You can extend life to, and life becomes a bit more enjoyable because I usually tell customers that come to the store, if you want to enjoy life, you must be healthy, and the key to good health is alkalinity.
Right. Right. So it's wow. It just sounds so simple. It's hard. It's hard to actually believe that that's truly the case. Anyway, Earl, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk some more. This is mind-blowing. But very, very interesting. I've been enlightened so far, and I want you to enlighten me when you come back some more. I got some more questions for you. Yeah. So we'll be right back on what's going on.